would like to introduce myself. My name is Tanzer. I am from Thornhill, Ontario, Canada. I am 32 years old. I have hazel eyes, brown hair, and I wear glasses. And I have autism. I was diagnosed at the age of 3 with autism. At that time, I was one in 10,000 being diagnosed. In Toronto, there was no one doing A/B therapy. My family reached out to Dr. Wanley from California for a program. He flew to Canada to, to train my program of therapists and help teach my parents. I had no speech, no eye contact, and no social skills. I had intense A/B therapy for many years. My parents were told it was a 50-50 chance that I may ever talk. I had intense speech therapy, picture exchange, and sign language. I eventually started with a few words at a time. My parents were told by a doctor who assessed me at age 3 that I was reading. I received over 20 hours of therapy. Therapy helped me come out of my shell. I learned to speak and make friends. I have also therapists come to school with me throughout all my school year. They were trained by Dr. Relief too. The thing is that my parents, I had to pay for this. There was no funding back then. A cool thing about me is I taught myself to speak Japanese, like Hashimesta, Michael, Tanzer des. I first started taking classes at Thornley Secondary School and continue at the Japanese Canadian Culture Center. I became fluent in the written language and speech of Japanese. I'm also interested in the culture of Japan. That includes the J-pop genre. I have also taken many courses like computer photography at college level and DJing. Another thing about me is that I currently volunteer at Northern General Hospital. Ever since 2013, I have been helping people at the hospital. I deliver mail, flowers, and organize paperwork. I was giving a 5-year volunteer pen and recently a 10-year pen for all of my volunteer service. Having autism has not stopped me from doing what I really enjoy. I really enjoy writing and spreading awareness about autism. For example, before I joined Autism Canada in 2021, I have written many articles for Autism Ontario about different topics on autism. My family and longtime therapist encouraged me to write a book. I was nervous to do it, but then in 2018, I decided to give it a chance. To believe in myself, I am happy to report that I wrote and published a book entitled Michaelism, My POV on Life with Autism. My book can be purchased on Amazon, Indigo, Barnes & Nobles, and many other online sites. Sorry. When I first started to write my book, I was told by my parents and my therapist not to give up because it's not an option. Instead, I just kept going. I needed to believe myself. It took me about 2 years in the making, and there were topics that I did not want to write about. To be honest to myself, I had a lot of self-doubts. I thought people would criticize my book and what I was saying. I was worried that they would laugh at me. And guess what? So far, people are loving it, what I wrote in my book. People are now interested in buying my book and are using it as research at schools, colleges, and universities. For example, Brock University. I can't forget that my book has won the Book Excellence Award in the biography category on May 25th of 2022. Pretty cool, eh? I continue to spread autism awareness as an ASD advocate. I have sold Michaelism, my POV on life with autism to many people, and I've spoken to Zoom presentations. This past year was my first time attending a self-advocate panel in person at Brock University, where my book is now used for the last few years in the disability studies course. I've always found expressing myself in writing because it's much easier for me to do. Writing is not the only thing I have tried. I once started hosting a podcast called The Real Mike and Tanzer Presents Michaelism. Throughout my podcast, I had guest speakers such as Evan Mead, Jen Arnold, Dr. Leaf, and some of my friends who are on the spectrum. The focus of my podcast was on spreading autism awareness. I had hosted a new episode in a while, but I really want to start this again. I feel like I still have so much to say. I am considering writing another book. Back in 2022, I decided to take an online screenwriting course, and I had to extend my career from self-advocacy to a self-taught TV writer. Throughout 23 and today, I have been working on nonstop on writing 13 episodes for my sequel reboot tribute project, and it's based off of my favorite TV show titled South Park, which I am currently developing by getting approvals and blessings from Trey Parker and Milestone themselves, the original creators of the original Star Trek series, while planning to pitch to Paramount Plus for a possible May 1st release with the help of a literary representative who could take a chance on me. Just a heads up, my tribute project is actually titled South Park The Little Mountain Show. My thoughts, don't give up on yourself. Instead, just keep on going nonstop 24 hours 7. You are surrounded by anyone who loves you and accepts you for the way you are.